Hello everyone, I am Rajshekhar Reddy, lecturer in chemistry. Here in this video we will discuss about nucleophilic substitution reactions of alkyl halides. Generally we used to say SN1 and SN2 reactions. Alkyl halides are very reactive. It is due to the presence of carbon and halogen bond, which is highly polar. Because the electronegativities of carbon and halogen atoms are very high. Here you can find the electronegativity differences between carbon and halogen atoms, which is more for carbon and fluorine bond, less for carbon and iodine bond. Here halogen atom is more electronegative, so this halogen will pull electrons, the sigma electrons towards a halogen atom, so carbon will get partial positive charge, so it acts as an electrophile. Since it is an electrophile, it attracts nucleophiles. So when an incoming nucleophile like OH minus approaches this alkyl halide ion will start leaving. So here in this scenario, two reactions will get completed. In that, one is substitution reaction, the second one is elimination reactions. In substitution reaction, one nucleophile is replaces another nucleophile. Here halide ion will be replaced by incoming nucleophile. Whereas in elimination reactions, when nucleophile approaches to alkyl halide, this nucleophile will grab a proton from beta carbon. Simultaneously halide ion from alpha carbon will leave and forms an olefin. Coming into bimolecular nucleophilic substitution reactions, that are SN2 reactions. Here S stands for substitution, N stands for nucleophilic, 2 stands for bimolecular. These reactions are also said to be second order substitution reactions, since a rate is directly proportional to both the molar concentrations of two reacting molecules, that are alkyl halide and nucleophile. So rate law can be written as rate is equals to rate constant times concentration of alkyl halide times concentration of nucleophile. Here K is rate constant. So rate depends on both concentration of alkyl halide as well as concentration of nucleophile. When an incoming nucleophile like OH minus approaches this alkyl halide, it starts bonding with opposite to halide ion. Here when OH minus ion starts bonding with this carbon, the bonded halide ion will start leaving and forms a phi coordinate transition state. Here in this transition state, this carbon atom is partially bonded with oxygen as well as partially bonded with bromide ion. See, when bromide will completely departs or left, OH minus will fully bonded with carbon. Here in this reaction there is no intermediate will not be formed because this transition state cannot be isolated. The rate of SN2 reaction depends on 4 factors. In that, one is nature of substrate, second one is the power of incoming nucleophile, third one is ability of leaving group to leave, fourth one is nature of solvent. Now we will see the nature of substrate. Generally in SN2 reactions, primary alkyl halides, which are less steric, readily involves in SN2 reactions than tertiary alkyl halides. Since here in SN2 reactions the incoming nucleophile will approaches to backside, so in methyl case, in methyl halide, carbon is directly bonding with 3 hydrogen atoms. Here you can check, in methyl bromide carbon is bonding with the 3 hydrogen atoms. So we know hydrogen atoms are smaller in size, So the backspace to this halogen is very high, so OH minus can readily approach us in this space. But whereas in tertiary alkyl halide, these three methyl groups are bulkier, so all these three will occupies the space. These three alkyl halides blocks the space, so incoming nucleophile cannot enter easily. So because of this reason, primary alkyl halide is readily involved in SN2 reactions. Tertiary alkyl halides almost will not involve in SN2 reactions, so it undergoes in another way, that is SN1 mechanism. Second one is effect of incoming nucleophile on rate of SN2 reaction. Generally, if a nucleophile is stronger, it means which can donate a pair of electron very readily, best electron donor can act as best nucleophile. Here you can see this table, cyanide ion, then remaining all these nucleophile can readily donate electrons, so these are acts as very good nucleophiles, and rate is also very higher when compared with these weaker nucleophiles which cannot donate a pair of electron very readily to carbon, electrophilic carbon. Then coming into third one, consider the nature of leaving group. If a leaving group if readily leaves, then rate of SN2 reaction is again high. See, the anion which can stabilizes this negative charge, anion which can stabilizes this negative charge, that can readily leave. Here bigger I minus, see here bigger iodine can stabilizes this negative charge, means charge density is lesser when compared with smaller fluoride ion. See here, since smaller fluorine having one negative charge, so charge density for fluoride is very higher, so it is less stable. So the anion which is more stable can readily leave and it acts as weak base. So weak bases can readily leave that are very stable also. So in this case, iodine is good leaving group when compared to fluoride ion. See here, in the case of vinyl bromide and bromobenzene, these bromide ion will involve in resonance by donating lone pair to carbon, and these pi electrons will be shifted towards carbon. So the leaving of these bromide ion is very difficult, and in another way, the backside of this carbon is fully blocked, so incoming nucleophile cannot enter. Because of these two reasons, vinyl bromide and bromobenzene does not involve in substitution nucleophilic reactions. Fourth one is solvent effect. See here we have three types of solvents. One is protic solvent, which contains protons. Second one is polar aprotic solvents. Third one is non-polar solvents. In protic solvents, since it contains more protons and more polarity, these ions will stabilize our incoming nucleophile. So this incoming nucleophile is blocked by these solvents. So it cannot readily go on bond with electrophilic carbon. So reactivity will get decreases. If you take polar aprotic solvents, see polar aprotic solvents will immediately grab a cation like sodium plus. So if you take sodium cyanide as a reagent, these polar aprotic solvents readily will grab sodium and immediately leaves cyanide ion. So readily cyanide ion will form. So reactivity is very high. The readily formed cyanide ion immediately will approach us to carbon, the electrophilic carbon. So rate of reaction will get increases. Then non-polar solvents like benzene, carbon tetrafluoride. If you take Since these non-polar solvents does not having any charge, the in the case of non-polar solvents, SN2 reaction is comparatively or relatively higher than polar solvents. Coming into unimolecular nucleophilic substitution reactions, that are SN1. Here again S stands for substitution, N for nucleophilic, 1 for unimolecular. Since tertiary alkyl halides does not involve in SN2 reactions, these alkyl halides readily involves in SN1 mechanism. Here in tertiary alkyl halides, first it will forms a carbocation by leaving an alkyl by leaving halide ion. After leaving halide ion, these alkyl halide will form a carbocation. To this carbocation, incoming nucleophile will approaches and forms a new product. Here in SN1 case, rate is proportional to rate is depends only on concentration of alkyl halide. So rate law can be written as rate is equals to rate constant times concentration of alkyl halide. Because this reaction, this SN2, this SN1 reaction will occurs in two steps. In that first step is from alkyl halide, this halide ion will be leaved and a carbocation will be formed. This is slow step. As we know, slow step is rate determining step. In this rate determining step, in rate determining step, we have only one reactant, that is alkyl halide. See, after forming carbocation, the incoming nucleophile, here iodine will approaches to carbocation and forms a bond, will gives product. Here this is the second step and the rapid step or fast step. Since first step is slow step, here in first step only one reactant molecule is there, that is alkyl halide, so rate depends only on alkyl halide. Here rate of SN1 reactions, if you see, tertiary alkyl halides readily forms more stable carbocation, so tertiary alkyl halide readily involves than secondary. Secondary is more readily reacts than primary alkyl halides. So the alkyl halide which is more reactive is the alkyl halide which can form more stable carbocation, that will readily involves in SN1 reaction. See, as we said, these reactions will occur in two steps. In that one is slow step, which is formation of carbocation. The second one is incoming nucleophile making a bond with this carbocation, which is a first step. Here SN1 reaction again depends on three factors. In that one is nature of substrate, second one is ability of the leaving group to leave, third one is nature of solvent. When comes to substrate effect, the alkyl halide which readily forms more stable carbocation, that readily involves in SN1 reactions. Here if you take if you see, tertiary carbocation is more stable than secondary carbocation, than primary carbocation. So this corresponding carbocation alkyl halide means tertiary alkyl halide readily involves in SN1 reactions than secondary alkyl halides. This is the increasing rate of SN1 reactions. Since this carbocation can be stabilized by two reasons, one is inductive effect, second one is hyperconjugation. In this inductive effect case, these methyl groups will donate sigma electrons towards this deficient carbon, so this carbon deficiency will get decreases, so this will be stabilized due to inductive effect. As well as according to hyperconjugation, these pi electrons, sp2 carbon, this sp2 carbon having one pure p orbital, these pure p orbital starts overlapping with ch sigma electrons. Since it starts overlapping with ch sigma electrons, the deficiency present at sp2 carbon will get decreases, so this carbocation also will be stabilized due to hyperconjugation. When it comes to allyl and benzyl carbocations, here resonance is present due to mesomeric effect. Due to mesomeric effect, these pi electrons will be shifted toward this carbon. So we'll get two resonating structures here in allyl carbocation case. So these carbocations are again stable. So corresponding alkyl halide, it means allyl carbocation or benzoylic carbocation, both are readily involved in SN1 reactions. When compared to allyl carbocation, benzyl carbocation is more stable because it contains 4 resonating structures, whereas in allyl it contains only 2 resonating structures. This is the overall relative stabilities of all types of carbocations. Tertiary benzoylic more stable than secondary benzoylic. So it is more stable than primary benzoylic, that is more stable than tertiary carbocation, it is more stable than secondary carbocation. This order will follows. So the carbocation which is more stable, corresponding alkyl halide is readily involved in SN1 reactions. So tertiary benzoylic alkyl halide, tertiary benzoylic alkyl halide readily involves in SN1 reactions. A second one is effect of nature of leaving group. Consider the nature of leaving group. Here remember, the nature of leaving group has the same effect on both SN1 and SN2 reactions, because in rate determining step in both the cases alkyl halide is present. So in alkyl halide there has some influence on leaving group. So the anion or the leaving group which readily leaves, for that rate will be increased or readily reacts. Consider the nature of the solvent. Since in rate determining step only one reactant molecule, that is alkyl halide, is present, in that first step is carbocation formation. So the solvent which stabilizes carbocation, that influences rate of reaction. Generally carbocation having positive charge, so any polar solvent like protic or aprotic will solvate and stabilizes the carbocation. Since the carbocation is stabilized by polar or aprotic solvents, that carbocation readily forms. So corresponding alkyl halide readily involves in the reaction. Since non-polar solvents does not lower the activation energy, it does not influences these reactions. These are the relative rates of SN1 reaction due to the solvent effect. If you observe here, when compared to ethyl alcohol, if you take water as a solvent, this reaction rate is increased by almost 1 lakh times when compared with ethyl alcohol as solvent. So solvent polarity is usually expressed by dielectric constant, which is a measure of the ability of solvent to act as an electric insulator. Here you can find this table. Here if you see, water having more dielectric constant, so in the presence of water SN1 reaction will readily occurs. Consider the nature of nucleophile. Recall again that the nature of nucleophile has no effect on the rate of SN1 reaction, because in slow step, means rate determining step, in rate determining step there is no nucleophile. So nucleophile does not have any influence in the rate of SN1 reactions. See, if you see these two reactions, if you observe these two reactions, here in both cases alkyl halide is same. We have taken two different nucleophiles. One is sodium iodide, in this case potassium fluoride. Here in these two cases rate depends only on alkyl halide, so rate does not depends on nucleophile. So both the reactions will occur in same rate. Thank you.